안녕하세요, 명랑윤희입니다. 벌써 6월 스터디 날이라서 이렇게 모였는데요. 오늘의 책은 두구두구두구두구두구두구 바로 딸에대하여입니다.
책 가지고 있는 사람 아무도
책
없지 않아?
있는 사람
없어.
나도 없어.
다들 이렇게 책을 안 가지기 시작했습니다. 어쨌든 이렇게 저희가 이번에 또
근데 이
모였는데
시간까지 왜?
한번 즐거운 스터디를 한번 해보겠습니다. 이렇게 아메리카노도 준비되어 있고요. 열심히 준비해온 이런 저의 흔적을
너 빌려고
과연
거야.
준비한 대로 얘기를 잘할 수 있을지 걱정이 되는 상황이네요.
Why are you?
From you.
Illustrated. Oh, I just visit my friend's wedding in Gaebong Station. Do you know where Gaebong Station is?
개봉.
It was my first time to go there.
In Seoul? Is it in Seoul?
Yeah, it's not actually it's not that far. It's
강남?
right beside
That's
Guro.
Mego.
아 그래?
Right beside
구로. 세상.
Like 3 stations away from Guro.
개봉.
Just-
It's near my
Quite
house.
far.
Yeah.
About 5 station
Where you
by
live right
subway.
now?
But
Anyway.
I drank yesterday with my friends.
What? Okay.
I got back home like I don't know 2:30 in the morning, and I had to wake up this morning at like 8 to go to the wedding because the wedding was at 11 a.m. But I have to go there before the wedding, so I can take pictures with my friends and yeah.
Okay.
So I got there. I had to get there like 10:30, so I had to wake up early this morning. So I'm a little bit tired right now, but
Is your friend bright?
yes.
그런 사람 좋아해.
Yeah, that's all. But that friend, that bright
네가 찍어.
friend is like a little bit strange relationship with me
저렇게
because
찢어도 돼.
she is not directly. She was not my friend actually, but my friend.
Friends?
So because they're like 3, it's almost like this group.
Oh, like friends.
Yeah, one of friends. They are friends from elementary schools actually. But I don't know what happened, but by some chance I hung out with his friends and we
Drinking?
sometimes we drank. So we
It happens.
Like this
yeah.
group?
So we hang out like once a month or twice a month. Once in 2 months. So
Once every 2 months.
once every 2
Or
months.
once every other month.
Once every other month.
무엇?
배운 거.
So I ended up like, so she invited me to her wedding, so I had to go there. It was okay.
Cool.
근데 바이먼슬리가 그럼 한 달에 2번이야?
Time
한 달에 2번?
응. 모르겠네. 얘가
한 달에 2번은 twice a month.
그러니까 얘가 그니까
두 달에 한 번이라고
2달에 한
하는
번이라고
거야?
했잖아. 근데 바이먼슬리, 바이위클리 이렇게 쓰잖아.
By
그렇게
month.
쓰나?
응.
By weekly.
Bi-monthly는 그러면 한 달에 한 번이라는 뜻이야?
2번.
그치. 그니까
바이.
bi-monthly.
헷갈려서 물어보는 거야.
일반적으로는 난 그렇게 들어서 once every 2 months나
I will search the internet for it.
내가 맞을 거야.
뭐라고?
아니 그래서 왜
카투사 부심.
바이 애니얼 하면 1년에 2번이래. 그러니까 twice a month랑
똑같은 거.
Okay,
Okay.
sorry for it. And What? Is there any other 근황?
Oh, I played tennis with my sister and 말했나?
No.
매형
Brother-in-law.
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 Right.
Because I used to play tennis in Indonesia for. I've learned playing tennis for like half a year.
아 저기요. 3점. 저건 3점.
진짜요?
눈 감고
발을-
편히
발을
편히
진짜.
들어.
I'm carefully listening to.
Okay. Yeah, brother-in-law tennis.
And my sister and brother-in-law also started learning playing tennis for about 2 months ago, 3 months ago. So actually they suggested me if I want to go play with them on the weekend because they have lessons on that place that 아카데미라는
Yeah.
so they can use the court for free
Oh.
on holidays. So I went there and play with them. I think I'm gonna play more often.
Oh, is it
from now
fun?
on. Yeah, it's fun.
I heard it's really exhausted, like your arms and.
Not, but
backs.
actually our 팔보다는 like whole body. Because we usually don't use our body like
True.
not 뭐라 하죠? Actually, we don't use our whole body so often unless we go to hiking or jogging something. But I don't really do such things. So it was 오랜만이었다.
It was the first time in a long time.
It's been some while.
야
그거 좀 이상한데?
야 리얼이야.
근데 I heard that like 그렇게 표현하고 싶을 때는 오랜만에 했다라는 어떤 like there's no equivalent like expression for it, but like what they do is like I play the tennis which I haven't been for a long time, like in this way. Anyway.
선생님 나셨나?
When it gets 5, penalty.
마페널이 아니면은 practice.
We'll see.
웃겨. 만담이야.
Tennis, cool.
Yes. I recommend you to play tennis because it's really fun.
운동.
뭐야?
뭐야?
야 저걸로 조절 안 돼.
들을 테마?
난 이거 너무 잡고 싶어.
목이 돼. 잡아. 그거 무조건 잡아야 돼.
새끼.
내가 잡을게.
엄마야. 그래.
Sit down.
Okay, sorry.
와가지 운동신경이 English.
운동신경?
This is not good at working out.
Ability.
모철 nerve? 모철 nerve?
아닌 것 같은데.
진짜 그건 신경인데?
과학적인.
Quick and once movements.
약간
That makes sense.
Can I play tennis even though I don't have that kind of thing?
Yeah.
yes. But my sister, she's got sense in moving her body. 뭐라 하지? 아무튼 운동신경. But she has some difficulty using the racket because she doesn't have enough strength to hit the ball with power.
Oh, she has that power.
She has.
Literally has.
But once you get used to it, I think you're gonna be able to play.
Okay, thank you for good information.
Okay.
And what about your Kunang recently?
I had a travel to Barcelona.
Really?
미친놈이야?
Right, you told me.
너 감점이야.
But you haven't like mentioned it.
I mentioned.
I know, I mean, you mentioned it like in the last study,
She-
but like
Kakao.
on Kakao or others, like SNS or something like that.
No,
But
I
did she?
posted on Instagram about my
Oh,
travel
okay.
to Barcelona.
Maybe I didn't see.
No, but she shouldn't have told about it.
Because we have.
할 필요 없었잖아. 굳이 왜 이거 말해야 할 필요
That's
없었다고.
true. So how was it?
It was really good because I've been there with my boyfriend, but it has a little problem on the way to meeting with my boyfriend because my boyfriend couldn't arrive the Barcelona airport on time because of the delay of the flight. So as I planned, we met in the airport at night and we had to take a night bus, but the schedule is changed because of my boyfriend. So he will come the day after that meeting day. So I had to go to hotel by myself. So I changed my plan to take a taxi. But I was so scary because I don't know about Barcelona well, and maybe the taxi driver is a bad and he can
Kidnap.
he can kidnap me or like ask more money than the original payment. So I decided to
Get ripped 이런 건.
I decided to turn on my camera and turn on live. No, not YouTube. Instagram live.
Oh, okay.
Live camera and they can guide me from the kind of like kidnapping or hogging.
So people watch it on live?
Of course
Like-
not.
Did anyone watch it?
I supposed to do that, and I planned to do that because I was so scary before ride on the plane.
뭐라고?
비행기 타기 전 ride 맞나?
Get on
Get
the
on?
line?
Get on the plane, but after I arrived and after the progress of 그 입국 심사, and I feel so tired and I just took a taxi as fast as possible and I safely arrived to the hotel. That's it.
How many hours the plane delayed that your boyfriend?
Actually, he had to transfer at the London airport, so he need to be on time for the first flight, but the first flight delayed about 2 hours, so he missed the second flight, so he had to wait about maybe 6 to 8 hours more.
Okay.
So yeah, so I changed the plan about the Gaudi tour as well because I planned it for the first day. So but there is no like contact point about the tourist company. So I use a KakaoTalk to contact, but the time is different because the KakaoTalk is linked to the Korean company, and the time is different, so it is impossible to tell them I can't make the arrangement. But so I just woke up early and went to that meeting point and tell the local guide that I will come back again. I come again next day, and she accepted.
Oh, without any penalty.
Yes, at that time.
And actually there should be kind of penalty, but the guide didn't know about it.
Oh yes. So
Oh, he didn't know like the regulations or like
maybe.
that. That's good.
So I had a little problem with that agency because agency asked me the penalty,
Oh,
but
okay.
I told them the local guy didn't
Ask
tell
for it.
me about ask me about the penalties, so why should I pay for it? And a little argument occurred, and after that, finally there's no penalty. I paid. So that's good. No.
All over Korea.
That was, yeah, no.
If the guide said that there was a penalty, maybe she would
Pay it
or
not.
She hasn't changed the plan.
I will do my only
alone. Okay.
We can listen it like whole trip later.
Later.
Yeah, because I know it's really.
Should
long.
I?
But Songyeon can't.
So what about you? Maybe you bought a new shirt.
Oh, true. Actually, I was about to say that I bought a new cell phone. This is what I want to say. Why? Why so? Why?
Because I just
Good for you.
think that's just joking, but actually it was
My
true.
shirts and my t-shirts at the same time I bought it.
Okay,
Thank you for noticing.
looking good.
And actually, I was about to say that I got a new cell phone, Galaxy S10 5G.
Wow.
Amazing.
Adorable.
Let me show you some like good function on it. That's what I told you.
Really?
Okay, your cell phone.
Oh. Oh.
Thank you. 오전다.
Actually, it's not useful.
그러니까 is it a function of the cell phone, not the case?
No, it's cell phone itself.
Oh.
So it's literally like
It's
take
really-
take my charge from it to
Oh.
your cell phone. So
Dividing the energy for my cell
True,
phone.
true.
Maybe it can less
쩐다.
the
yeah, it
Yeah,
consumes
능력치.
charge. 능력치? Like
Yeah.
no.
What do you
다-
want to say?
얘가 이 기능을 쓰면은
Capacity?
이 기능을 쓰면은 얘가 더 금방 갈 거
당연하지.
아니냐고.
Yeah, sure, it does. I know. But the thing is that it is like a new Samsung technology applied, so like super fast charger. So in total an hour for 100% charge.
But that's bad for the owner, the phone owner. That's bad
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah, but I can count them out, so just for
Can we
like
try
dragging off.
two at one time?
No. And also your cell phone seems like doesn't have any
No.
like a remote charger function.
It has.
It has.
What you want?
So
I think
it works.
has.
I don't think
Works.
so too.
Mm.
Nothing happened.
No.
So sorry about it.
안 되네. It doesn't have. Sorry.
Maybe you didn't set that function on.
And also there's one more. I'll show you like two more technology. This is what I prepared.
He's boasting time.
Two more.
I can measure your face like
Size?
size and like
Oh.
your how big your head is or something. Like those kind of thing.
너무 모욕적인데.
No, I mean like,
Uncomfortable.
sorry. I mean literally it can measure it. So anyway.
So another useless function. Okay, next one.
And I'll show you in when we have a dinner. It's
Why?
hard to like speak in English.
Okay.
Okay. What about others?
And nothing special. I told you that we house is renovated, so my home, my room is got really a lot better than before.
Oh.
And I was really happy with it. So most time I stay in my room.
You
Do
have
you
a
have the
picture?
pictures of it?
Oh
Pictures.
yes, I have it.
Oh.
Oh, I should have
Show
sent you
us.
guys.
Connie's boasting time.
Resting?
Boasting.
Posting, yeah, like this. Actually, it was on the cleaning, so there's some.
Oh.
I like this big window.
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
it
감성.
looks quite cheap.
These chairs.
Oh,
Yeah.
I had the chair before.
Actually, I changed my chair recently, so I bought
Old
a
one?
CDJ.
Oh,
CDJ
chair. CD chair.
Oh.
I bought it for 200,000 won,
200,000? 20만 원?
20만 won.
진짜.
And I like this long meter. Anyway.
For what?
For what? Meters for
You bought it?
my sister gave me
Oh.
because she got married. So actually,
But
it
it's
was
not
my
this-
sister's
All the
house.
furniture is new.
What is it?
All furniture did you buy?
No, some of them are used by my sister, and some of them we bought.
But it's nothing with the interior design.
What?
Yeah.
It's so fun. It's so
Well,
furniture that you
disappointed.
have. You already had these, right? You didn't buy it this time.
I bought some and I bought it.
So which part do you like the most?
I like whenever I wake up, I see the window,
Oh.
and this day the weather is really awesome, right? So right after I open my eyes and sun shines.
Don't you need a blind or curtain?
Actually, I set it up recently. It doesn't have it
Ah.
at that time. Good point.
What about the window? Maybe
what?
window was
평가 시간이야?
Window is like new one.
아.
Yeah, chassis. We changed all the chassis.
ah.
아.
I told you that I
But
spent 5천만
did you
on it.
choose the color?
Actually, my mother did it all, but I actually satisfied with it. So
Okay.
Okay.
I'll invite you later if the situation permits.
Can I reject it?
No, you cannot. Rude. So rude.
One more penalty.
So what did you do? How was your last month?
Me.
You went on a trip also, right?
I was in Sapporo for about 5 days, and I just kept eating during the time.
True.
Ellie recommended. I ate the spukare.
Oh, spukare, how was it?
I was
Samurai spukare.
I was satisfied with it, but actually it was not the, what can I say, fresh experience.
Oh yeah, like
그러니까
you can do it in the Korea. That's what you said, right?
Oh. 그러니까 I thought the taste of the curry is more fresh or
Japanese styles or
something, but it was the curry that I know. Even though the type of the curry was different, but the taste was the same, so it was not that, what can I say,
Special.
surprising or special, but it was
Anyway,
good
it's
though.
good,
It was
so.
good though. And there was a good restaurant which is famous for ram.
Ram. Oh, 양고기?
Lamb.
Have you ever been there?
like
Oh.
what we call in Japanese words like
다루마 양고기.
That was really long lines, like 2-hour lines, so I couldn't make it.
진짜?
I heard that one is really good, wasn't it?
And there were many branches of the store, so I could select where the line was short than others. And 가성비 in English?
Okay, 가성비. I'll
Tell you the price.
Cost benefit
Beneficial.
ratio.
Okay,
Anyway, 가성비 was really good, and there was a Sapporo Classic.
the beer.
It's beer,
Uh-huh.
and Sapporo Classic is only sold in Sapporo.
True,
Oh.
right. Sapporo waters and
So I drank two bottles of beer, not bottle, cups. What can I say? The 잔.
like
Anyway, 2 cups of beer.
Like
glass.
1000 cc, right?
at every
A lot.
meal. 그리고 actually I'm not a person who enjoy escape, 자연경관, but the BA and
BA?
PA,
그뭐
the name of city,
name of city. 막
covered with good flowers.
There were a lot of famous trees, so
Famous trees?
Yeah.
그래서
Yeah, like pools.
Christmas tree,
어
twin tree, like they name it. They name it.
So every time the bus stopped, here is the tree.
Sure.
Is it like a 코끼리 바위, something like that?
Kind
Oh,
of.
the one in Okinawa.
Oh yeah.
Kind of.
It's less than actually. The Koki vibe is.
So you took a picture in front of those
many
trees?
trees. 그리고 내가 또 뭐 했지? I don't know, but the weather was really good at that time. Even though sunshine was really strong, but the temperature was not that high. So it was good for me to go around there. And 삿포로 is 피서지? 피서지?
휴양지?
피서지.
피서지가 뭐야?
그러니까 like 부산, one summer many Japan people go to Sapporo for 휴가 because it is not that hot
No.
comparing to other regions.
Mhm.
So all the things were really good. So
Cool.
I recommend you to go there if you haven't been there.
You guys should.
I wanna go actually, but
No money.
그러니까
no money.
Sorry.
Yeah, but the price was really reasonable because even though I took 대한항공 for the flight, but the cost was like 25만 원.
Really?
Wow.
For one person.
You were lucky to get that.
Maybe the time was not that good, like the departure and
Ah.
time.
And because the in summer lavender is really famous there, but the lavender 피는 시기 lavender is good in July, but I went there in what can I say?
May, June.
June인데 그 초반 early June. So I couldn't see lavender at all. And there is a beer festival there. And the
August, right?
And the festival is in July or August, so maybe June was 비수기 or something.
So that's why you can get a cheap flight ticket.
But
Good.
people who went there in July or August, the weather was really hot, as they said. So I don't think it's that good for you to go there in July or August.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay. 잘했어. 많이 배웠겠네. 벌써 30분이나 지났어요. Let's go for first question.
We should go.
I don't
건이,
Okay.
maybe you can read the
don't wanna go
question
down.
and answer for the question for me.
All by myself.
Yeah.
If you are willing to. Because I don't have the paper.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately.
Let me show you. The narrator talks about loss caused by aging, which means not being capable of deciding whom to meet, losing faiths one by one, and so on. What do you think will you lose as you age? What will be the saddest loss among them? Actually, okay, the saddest thing I age is, I think, the fact that I'm getting more trouble with digesting something.
진심?
Literally. And let me tell you, like
I agree.
especially when I eat a lot, or especially when I eat something that doesn't digest well, like 곱창 or some, like 족발 or something like that. So actually, only this month, me and Sangyeon hung out in Gangnam Station, and he was late.
He was right.
He was late,
Okay,
as always.
okay.
like
as always.
for the working overtime. And so I was so like I had feel really like starving waiting for him. So when we met, we went to the 낙곱새, like just right near here.
Keminji.
Yeah.
Near the Keminji and whatever. And I had too much, like more than two bowl of 공깃밥, and like we also had a ramen and like everything like
Yeah.
that.
Wait, 몰랐어. I didn't know you eat that well.
I mean, I was really starving at the time. So
And he ate like so fast.
yeah, I so fast.
Like ate 2 bowls of
Uh-huh.
rice in like less than 30 minutes.
And also like somek also. So I ended up like feeling like not good. My stomach was kind of upset at the time. So it's so funny that we walked like more than 2 hours all around the Kamina station, like with the beers. And I asked him,
beers?
yeah, like walking beer, like walking drinking. Because I asked him to keep walking, because I was so like
This beer?
felt not good
Yeah.
like that. So
Maybe you can have had some pills for your
actually
digestion.
I had a what
Yeah,
was
the 활명수.
활명수, 가스 활명수 also, and beers and something that include the 탄산 for my digestion, but still I didn't feel that good. But after all, it was all good. But like that, I was not like this when I was like 20s. I'm still 20s, but like early 20s. So I think this is the saddest thing.
But you're the youngest here.
Yeah.
I am.
Cheer up.
Okay, so yeah, so I find myself having more time to walk or like move my body for digestion when I eat too much or something.
Maybe you should be more careful when you eat something.
Yeah, actually, I was not a person
Especially when you're starving.
Yeah, I'm not a person who eat a lot. Like Hyun said, I usually don't eat that much. I like cut myself, like when I eat some amount of something. But at that time, it was so special, and I was so starving. I was waiting for you more than 2 hours.
Sorry.
But he
But-
bought for me, so it's okay.
But it was great because the weather was so
Yeah, weather
good,
was really
so
awesome.
cold.
Really awesome.
So we kept walking.
2 hours all around the conversation.
남자들이서.
We put our bags in the
Subway.
subway
Yeah,
locker.
So that we
Just
can
for walking?
walk better. It's like a 관광 tourist, right? That's the thing I feel. I think the saddest loss. I was not like this.
Is there any other thing?
So you are so sad about your like
Digestion malfunction. Yeah, and I think that's it.
malfunction.
Malfunction.
이게야. 슬프다.
불작동. You hot?
아니
I mean-
인공 눈물 나왔는데 눈물이 흘러서.
And that's it. I think that's all. Except
Yeah.
that. How about you, Hayan?
I have 3 things.
3 things?
오.
First one is less opportunity to meet new people. Second one is to experience.
But you're making the opportunities.
Yeah, right. We're stronger to make that
Anyway, sorry.
Second
Second
one.
is to experience the
New
new
thing.
thing.
Mhm.
And third one is learn.
Learn.
Maybe have less eager from compared to now to learn something or study
True.
things. So among them, I think the most the saddest thing is about the new experience. And actually, I like travel to different kind of countries or cities. But if I getting older, maybe I feel more exhausted and tired more than now. And actually, I I can feel. 아, 피부로 느끼다가 뭐였냐?
빌.
까먹었지?
무슨 빌? 본스 막 이런 거 아니었어?
공부를 한 거야 이 표현을?
아니 그때 했는데 까먹어서
진짜?
두 달 전 했잖아.
그랬나?
Anyway, I can feel it because this travel in Barcelona, I was so tired to death because
That's
compared to the
When you're
early 20s
like when you're in Poland or
oh yeah, or Poland or the 배낭여행 Europe with my sister. At the time, I just walk around from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. But this time, I was so exhausted in the first day, and after second day to the last day,
From second day on.
from second day to last day, I only use about half day only to walking.
Oh.
Half of the day for like to look around and go to the
Okay.
sightseeing, but half of the
뭐?
the left other time I rather just sitting in the cafe or just go to the beach and take a picture, something some kind of that for just recreation, not for the sightseeing. So I feel like I changed my type of style of tourism maybe because as I getting older, so maybe if I getting older more than now, then maybe I just prefer trip of sightseeing only, and that may be the saddest part.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So all the three things you mentioned is because you like get exhausted like easily, more easier than previous, like learning or
No,
trying new things,
learning and studying.
meeting new people.
I mean, it's about not about the energy or tiring things, but it's because no like purpose to do that. Because if I'm young, I have more time to like use those knowledge or skills in the future. But as I older, then I have less time to use those skills and knowledge in the future. So maybe my eager to study or learning things may decrease than now.
Oh, okay. Understand.
So sad.
No, we don't have time to do a lot of things.
Yeah, that's true.
Which kind of things?
Oh, I mean, trying
Okay.
new things like learning something or meeting people that we don't know. Okay.
Why so gloomy?
분석.
And you?
Oh. Okay.
Why blank here?
No,
Why blank?
I got the rest in here because
Okay.
I printed this at work, so I wrote until here at Thursday.
Oh, okay.
So I printed this on Friday,
Bummer.
and I wrote the rest on Friday
Ah,
evening.
okay.
So I couldn't print the rest of it.
Okay.
Okay.
So
It's-
what does that?
It's not that I didn't prepare. Oh, so
Says thing.
so there are many things that I'm gonna lose as I get old. But the saddest thing would be the thing that I'm not gonna be able to do something 충동적으로, 즉흥적으로. I found the 그 표현 on a whim. I cannot do something on a whim. It's a good 뭐라 해야 표현 expression.
On a whim.
On a
On
whim.
a whim.
Impulsively? How about this?
맞아.
Yeah, but I found out on the YouTube and
Oh,
there,
okay.
you know, no, there's a guy who really
아.
Okay.
really
Whim means 기분 변동.
나도 저거
On a
알지.
whim. Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you.
So we
내가
can
알려줄 때 욕하다만 알았어.
so we can use it like I bought my phone like on a whim.
Oh, so you're saying that you cannot do something on a whim as you get old.
Yeah, because I mean, for example, I enjoy hanging out with my friends, like without making any plan beforehand, and just after we like we did like last month, we had dinner, and if we drink a little bit, we just decide to stay overnight
Yeah.
on a whim, right?
So
But as we get old, or have our own family, have kids, we're not gonna be able to do such things because there's gonna be some restraint in our lives, right? We have to go back home. 뭐라 하지?
earlier.
응? No, 무슨 일이 있지 않는 이상. So we have to. We have to always go back to our family, right?
Yeah.
So I think that thing that I cannot do anything as freely as I do right now. That's that's the saddest thing. So,
But I think those things you told is because someone got married, not because of they get old.
아.
because I'm gonna
Like
get married.
responsibility.
I'm gonna get married as I get old. I'm not gonna stay my.
Oh,
Really? Are you sure?
I'm gonna get married. I'm gonna get married. Because I wanna have my own kids.
Yeah, yeah. Peaceful families.
After
So,
I listening, can I
Yeah.
say something? After your opinion, the book, the title is 창문을 뛰어넘은 백세 노인. You know that the book? That is the book about an old, like 100 years old woman.
Mm-hmm.
Woman just escaped from the birthday party of her on a whim and just go to and get through go through the what do I want to say?
정하지 않아요?
Weird
Like new
incidents,
experience.
yeah, that kind of book. So when
Maybe I should try
You should.
when I'm 100 years old.
So maybe it's not about the age to
Mm.
doing like things on the whim or not. Maybe.
But
Maybe I can do it again when my kids are grown up.
yeah,
And,
like
right.
true. If they're independent.
Because when my kids are young, I think I have to behave 좀 뭐라 하지 책임감 있게
With responsibility.
with responsibility, so that they learn they don't get used to what I do, like what the bad thing that I do,
Yeah.
like staying overnight, they're gonna follow.
True.
뭐 따라하는 게 뭐지?
팔로우 하면 될 것 같아.
Follow, so that they don't follow my behavior.
이미 이런 거는.
Mimic. Okay.
Okay. How about you?
나는 is for me. What I feel sad about aging is sensitivity.
Sensibility.
Sensitivity.
Sensitivity.
감성.
Sensitivity. Oh, okay.
sensitive.
But your pronunciation is right, I think.
Actually, I don't know if you notice, I'm a kind of person who is really sensitive.
I know. You don't know, maybe.
I think you are more.
Yeah.
Yeah, so keep going.
It depends on situation.
Yeah.
Anyway, so when I was younger, I would be a really teary person who cries really well. So when I saw the Toy Story 3, I wept. I mean, weep is like OR or something. So wept is the other of it.
You OR?
I OR. So the day before yesterday, I saw the movie Toy Story 4, and at that time I thought I would cry really hard, so I prepared some tissues. And the movie was sad, but actually I didn't cry that much comparing to the Toy Story 3. So I thought maybe I changed it as I aged, and actually I was also a good laughter, which means 잘 웃는 사람. So when I was younger, there were a lot of pleasing things that pleased me, like just snacking during a break in a school, or just communicating with other friends, or seeing a cartoon or something. But actually, as I age, I think I lose that things that please me. So I don't really laugh that much, I think. Maybe I'm kind of stuck in routine, just going to company or meeting some friends, something. 결론을 못 내겠는데.
But
That's what I think.
wasn't the movie itself was maybe it was less moving. Toy Story 4 is less moving than 3, right? What was the saddest part in each movie, like Toy Story 3 and 4? Someone?
Did you watch it?
No.
But you were gonna not watch
we're
it?
not
You're not gonna
actually,
watch it?
that's a spoil. You?
Yeah, of course.
I don't really actually
Did you see the 3?
care. No.
And you?
I've never ever seen Toy Story.
Never?
One?
Not even 1 and 2.
How are you there?
I
You don't really enjoy cartoon or animations, right?
No.
That's why he told us keep
Ah,
on telling
Aladdin.
about
So I'm
기생충.
really looking forward to it, to see those kind of.
Well, but the
Movies,
Aladdin
first
is
time.
real
I'm
life.
sure you will like Aladdin.
Oh,
It's real life.
but you guys didn't watch it yet, right?
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, but
Of course.
we
But why did you guarantee? How did you guarantee that?
because we know your like
Oh, okay.
characteristic.
Okay.
I don't want to
maybe-
guarantee it.
Okay, we'll see.
I don't know
I don't
Funny well
guarantee.
yet.
Yes. I'm really looking forward to it, Aladdin. I didn't know that the Will Smith star in the movie is really surprised. Actually, surprised. Will Smith.
Is he the prince or
No,
the
Jin.
genie?
Genie.
Oh.
맞아. But many people said that they can't imagine Genie, who is not 이름 뭐지?
Will Smith.
Will Smith.
Mhm.
Anyway, 근데 저 슬펐는데. It's
Wait.
really moving.
I'll try. if it's on the Netflix later.
Oh, it's on Netflix.
Is it Netflix?
Hmm.
Okay, I'll try. This day I watch Netflix. Anyway.
I recommend series 1.
Oh,
Yeah,
Toy Story.
3 is the masterpiece.
No, no.
Masterpiece.
I think.
For me, the first series.
Is it okay to watch 3 without watching 1, 2?
Oh,
It's
no,
possible, but if you see first 1 and then 3, that's more touched.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Okay.
maybe more touching.
1, 2, 3, and it's 4 now, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
I'm not gonna watch.
Already
No,
deleted.
I highlight it. Okay, so let's go to 2. I think we're kind of 시간에 쫓기고 있다.
아 벌써?
Time is chasing us.
뭐 있었는데?
Time is ticking 이런 거.
Time flies? 아닌데?
그건
그거는
Time is
죽어도 아니야?
Time is ticking이 뭔가 시간 없다 이런 거.
You're short of time?
그건 에픽하이 노래인데.
아, 에픽하이 또 한번 불러야지.
Time is ticking, ticking.
노래방 좋아해.
좋아해, 좋아해.
안 좋아해. 안 좋아해.
Push it for time.
Moving on to the next.
Press for time.
Moving on to
sure.
number 2.
Okay,
Oh, we are pushing for time.
Let me read.
Okay.
thank you.
In this book, part-time instructors are unfairly dismissed from university and cast off from society. Let's talk freely about social irregularities like this. And have you ever been given the shift only because you're not in the majority or you speak a different language from others? 희영?
개빡치네.
오열.
여러분, 제가 뭘 잘못했습니까?
Sorry. 네. I really pondered on some discrimination that I got. But actually, even
Oh,
though
share with us.
even
No.
though 고민을 했는데 I
okay.
pondered on it.
Uh-huh.
But actually, even though I made the question, I couldn't think of that kind of experience easily. So what I thought of is the experience that I experienced in 장어구이, which
장어구이.
is 김치찌개집.
I think
왕심리?
I took you there. The kimchi soup in 왕심리.
장어구이는
It's just name of it.
The store's name is 장어구이, but
They never
its
sell.
main menu is 김치찌개.
Okay.
Oh, is it like in the dark?
Yeah, in the dark.
It's
sunny,
Ah.
I took you there. What happened there?
I
Discrimination in 장어구이.
I don't know if you noticed, but I eat really much, especially rice.
Huh?
그래서 now I don't eat that much. As you said, what can I say? My capacity of eating is decreasing as I age. So maybe about 10 years ago, I always eat 2 bowls of rice at each meal. So at the time, I feel sad whenever I went to the store because they give a different bowl of rice to men and women. 그래서 there was 남자밥 and 여자밥. So I always have to say that I need more rice.
One more for.
Actually, it is not limited, so
yeah.
I was not that sad. But I always have to say 남자밥 주세요 at first, or order some more rice.
That's true.
And actually, except the store, there are many stores which gives, what can I say, less rice for women, as far as I think. So, because I'm not the majority, because I'm, what can I say, different from other girls. As far as when I eat meals. So, 네, 너무 생각이 안 나서 이거 말해봤어.
That's yeah, I mean,
That actually
makes
that's
sense.
not socially related.
but
it's
it's one of
similar.
the,
Yeah.
it's one of the social like society
But I was discriminated because I'm not the majority. I'm not normal.
of normal.
Anyway, what about you, Connie?
Yeah, like you said, as far as I remember, I've not ever been given the shot, like in my life, I think. But I think I kind of speak a different language from others in my company this day. Actually, there's a really big organization change, like 조직 변경 in our company. It's ongoing actually. So a new team will be organized with the big change. And for me, so about 10% of current team member were available to move new team.
뭐라고? 다시 얘기해봐.
Yeah, they could apply for moving team to a new team.
They were available.
Yeah, they were available. Thank you. If they want it.
Okay.
So for me, I think the new team looked better, like what they do, and like they are dealing with some future technology team. So it looks fancy. It looked fancy to me. So I applied, but like in company, like Korean company, like if some people try to move teams or company, they kind of consider as a materials or like the people who don't have any loyalty for their supervisor boss. But so I was kind of hesitated, but I didn't care it. So I applied, but as you guys expected, only like 4 people applied among like 50 member. I think they kind of hesitated because of those reasons, like atmospheres and stuff like that. So I have chosen. So I'm gonna move in next month. I think July. So this day, like people like mess with me, like, oh, you're gonna go. So just don't try to work too hard. Just go home early and like that. I mean, yeah. So this day, I speak a different language from others in my company, and actually I really like think a lot about whether I should go or not. But I think like it's when it like regret to do something is better. I mean, regret doing something is better than regret to do something. So I just did it. That's it.
So which part?
For you.
Yeah.
Oh, you got contact, right? How many people go to the new team?
Like the new team will consist of about 20 people,
Then
20 members.
Among your team, the
Oh,
5 people.
Yeah, only 5 people. No, only 4 people actually. One got kicked out.
Didn't you say 4 people applied?
5.
5 people.
5 people applied and
And
one was rejected?
Yeah, one rejected.
Really?
And the thing,
Rejected the person.
and the thing is that the people expect that I would be rejected because I'm the youngest and I only have 2 years experience. But the others like are 과장급 something. So they expected, but for some reason they chose me.
What about the rejected person? He either so have some high status.
I think he show really good performance in current team. Maybe that's why the current team leader didn't wanna lose him.
So you're team leader. How lucky! How lucky applied.
That could be true, but yeah. So it was really big decision in my life actually, moving team.
So you're gonna you're gonna use totally different office from
That totally different office, totally different items. Currently, I'm working on like for example, like 현대차, 기아차, like mass production. like 실습 근데 since like when I go to that team, I'm gonna work on some future technology team which is not list in present. Yeah, we'll see.
Kicked out.
What?
No.
Okay. How
이
about
종이
you?
뭔데 이거?
아이 중요한
종이네. 결정종이. 예.
아니야 이름만 적어 놓을까. 조심해야 된다.
왜 우리 둘이 하자고?
네 일은 아까 너 벌점 봐잖아.
너 왜 받았어?
You didn't know of the Barcelona trip of her.
야,
Two.
야.
Two.
Okay.
True. You were rude attitude.
So what? What about you, Sang-Yeon?
I don't really have the exact experience of being given the chef, but there was a time that I felt left out, like 소외감. You know? That was when I was in Indonesia and I was in Australian international school. So but there were so many Koreans there, but like half of the students were like all around the world, like Australia.
월드 오스트레일리아밖에 없니? 이런
Canada. I don't remember.
There are two countries, right?
So the reason why I felt left out was that of course it was because of the difference in personalities. Like foreign students, they are more open to 뭐랄까 개방적인 그런 느낌. But I'm a little bit passive, like 좀 내성적이고.
내성적인.
내성적인.
내성적이 뭐냐고?
네.
Okay, I'm not really a person like
Not
outgoing
whatever.
person.
Yeah.
So I.
소심한 건가?
심한 거지 내성적인.
So
Nerd.
nerd. I was a nerd. So but more than that, because of the word language difference, I couldn't.
Reserved, introverted.
Oh, introverted.
Introverted. I couldn't say what I wanna say, like exactly the way I wanna say.
You
like,
still don't say.
You know
잘 잘랐다.
그 뭐랄까 nuance, the difference of nuance, right? When I say something, but it's foreign language, so I have to say it like every time the same way.
True.
I cannot use different
True.
way of expression.
Okay.
So it makes me not to talk to others easily. So I like 이렇게
Like
망설.
now. 지금 힘들어하는 것 같은데.
걸리고 있어.
So
That's true.
yeah, so it makes me difficult to get along with other people so easily.
-1. 집중력 떨어졌어.
Keep going.
왜 나한테 해?
너 얘기하는 거 아니야?
야, 너 2개 해.
뭐야?
2개 해, 이거. 몰라.
왜 어떡해?
왜 여기다 하냐고 여기다 하라고.
Sorry.
Okay, so you didn't say that much.
Oh, so the difference in language they makes me like feeling left out. Like so like people who don't really speak good English, but with who have outgoing personality, they just say it. They just say what they wanna say and hang out with with foreign students, but I personally couldn't do that, so that made me a little bit rebel.
Yeah, I can relate to you actually.
Oh, also, because I was a very straight student, like 좀 착실한.
Oh, really?
So in Indonesia, we can buy like
Cigarettes?
Yeah, we can buy drinks like alcohol and cigarettes if we want to buy, even though we were wearing school uniform. So like a lot of students drank and went to club, smoked, and they did whatever they want. So, but I couldn't really do that. So that also makes me like difficult to hang out with other guys.
But I guess that there must been some student like you, like maybe it could be Asian
Yeah,
or
some
Korean.
What? 이건 진짜 저기요.
야, 네가 먼저 했잖아.
그런가?
Okay.
난 표현이 안 떠오르니까 얘기한 거.
모범적인.
Because also, I think you guys also relate what he said. Because we all had an experience in exchange student, right?
Okay.
When I was in Texas, there's a lot of Asian and also European, and like you said, like French people, they don't speak English actually that very well. Like maybe as good as we speak, but they have confidence, so they just can say and they hit it off really well. But like some Asian, I mean most of Asian, I said like Korean, it could be Koreans and Japanese, Hong Kong, especially the Hong Kong people, I hang out really well. So it's really weird that they don't speak English. I mean, their mother tongue is not English, right? We are Korean and they're Hong Kong Chinese, but we gather like naturally, although we speak like different language.
Like more gathered to them.
Yeah, I find myself like inclined to those group.
Yeah.
Maybe some connection, like
근데
Asian
홍콩,
connection.
I think Hong Kong people are really good at English because their 공용어
Oh, like
Official,
영국 colony.
is English, right?
But yeah, not as good as like other German or
Not as good as
Australian.
me.
No. I was really poor, so that I can.
I was on
Understand.
Asian one.
It was. So is there a lot of Asian or other nationality people when we were in German?
What I feel sorry about the experience is that because it was really countryside that I stayed, where I stayed, so there were really a few Asians there. Maybe 4 Koreans, including me.
That's a lot.
그러니까 그 모든 도시에.
In city.
모든 도시에?
그러니까 시리 그 자체에 원래하면은 막 베를린 이런 데 가면은 한국 이민자 이런 사람 많잖아.
그렇지.
근데 그냥 촌이니까 없었다고 한국인이 그냥 아예.
심지어
도시에.
카운트를 할 수 있었겠네. 너무 촌이다 보니까.
그래서 even though my original personality is outgoing, at that time I was really, what can I say?
Introverted.
I feel myself really small. So
Okay.
you.
And you guys
You?
should do.
I didn't answer it.
You didn't answer,
Ah.
right? So
Mm.
yeah,
Ah.
that's what I said.
So it's your turn.
Really prepared a lot.
No.
Plus
Oh.
one. Plus one. Plus one.
Okay.
Oh.
Awesome.
Actually, I also has no experience about social regularities about like in business, in office or something like that. But not for my experience, but like 주변을 보면
여기 뭘 적어 올랐는데 Okay.
I think the most often happen is
Sure.
about sex irregularities,
Mhm.
and so I thought about movies that 왜 그렇게
아 왜요?
이 새끼 시간 본다.
아니야.
하 이러면서 뭐라고 하시는.
Like I thought about movies about irregularities because of
Gender.
yeah,
Mhm.
only because the gender is woman.
Mhm.
The first movie is Hidden Figures.
Hidden Figures.
Yeah,
I
어,
haven't
you
watched
guys
it.
watch
is
it?
it the original name? 어.
Oh yeah.
Isn't there any Korean title?
Hidden
of it?
Figures?
그러니까 그게
Same.
is it a Korean movie?
No, maybe it's American.
Okay.
Okay.
And
So what about it? I mean, yeah.
it's
keep going, sorry.
it's about the woman 뭐라고 하지? 연구원?
Like a
In
NASA
NASA.
researcher.
Oh yeah, researcher
Black-
in NASA.
Black women.
Yeah, black woman.
Mhm.
So in that movie, there's one scene I really impressed.
You got impressed.
I got impressed is
Mhm.
there was no woman bathroom in the building of the researcher because they don't need it. So all the researcher is men.
Mhm.
So you watched it?
No.
내가 아는 척.
What? No, I mean, what was the time? Like, what's the time in the
Ah.
movie? The time background.
언제지? 80s?
Oh, it's,
There is
so
no.
it's like,
70s? I'm not sure, but and so she really want to go to bathroom, but that
Oh,
the
okay.
bathroom is only located in the different building, so she has to run away to that building and coming back, and the supervisor always scolded her like, where did you go? And he didn't know about the bathroom problem.
Oh, okay. I
She
saw.
she like
It was too far
Too
from.
far.
Mhm.
so the best thing, the supervisor just crashed the 그 간판 of the bathroom that
Mhm.
written man.
Oh, okay.
So he allowed her to use that bathroom.
Mhm.
So that's one movie.
Mhm.
Second one is all you watch it is the Day of Nations Bankrupt. 국가원도의 날.
Why are you so sure that
you
you have seen the movie?
No one.
No, I've seen it.
Well,
So
Was it about like gender discrimination?
그러니까
No,
it was about IMF.
Yeah.
Kim Hae-soo is what can I say, major person who is who noticed it about the IMF.
Mhm.
But other people don't
Oh,
accept
oh,
didn't
okay.
accept.
Mhm.
He was a team leader in the
통화 정책
뭐지?
팀장.
통화 정책. Some
Currency
kind of
policy. what?
yeah.
Mhm.
And one of the main like
Fiscal
manager in
policy.
that
Yeah.
team scolded her like, why women do this kind of crucial issue? You go out.
You
You fired.
go out.
아 놀아.
And just to go home and do some laundry, something like that.
Oh, okay.
They kind of like bad, use bad languages
Mhm.
to lash out at her.
What do you mean by rush out?
폭언을 퍼붓다.
Rush out. Rush out.
Lash out
Thank you.
at
Rushed out.
lashed out her about it.
Suddenly?
먹어.
So those things is really awkward, not that rarely, I think, and that's one of the examples of social regularities.
근데 그러면 haven't you ever get some question? gotten some questions that you are that because that you are a woman. I mean, like when I was in the other workplace for about a few years ago, there were a lot of 이사상무 or something. They whenever I ate meals with them, they always ask me about marriage or if I can make some dishes or something. So I felt that it was a kind of discrimination because they didn't ask you or you if you can make some dishes in your country,
True.
right?
True.
Yeah.
그런 거 없니?
물어보는
없냐고! 없냐고!
이렇게 열심히 살았는데. Okay,
Sorry for that.
Good company, right?
No, it's
really good company.
maybe they intend to telling me like what you mentioned, but maybe I couldn't feel
Okay.
that's discrimination or not.
Okay.
Next one. Third. Still third.
Or will you start?
Me?
아닌가?
나
2번
있는데?
누가 읽었지?
나.
성현?
The narrator suffers the heartbreak of her daughter being a lesbian and desires to see her living an ordinary and plain life. Do you think you are living the kind of life that your parents want you to live?
You answer.
Honestly, 성현.
He said yes. He said yes. Yes.
Yes.
Why yes?
Why yes래?
잠깐만. Because my parents really with their heart wished me to pass the exam that I had prepared for years. So I can strongly feel that my parents are proud of me, and they always say that, like, thank you Sanghyun, you're my proud son. But the,
Why?
이제야 공익광고를 고맙다 아들아.
행복한 가정을. But I think that's not because of my job, but it's because I passed the exam that I put my effort for more than 2 years, and they were actually really worried about me. They always like, because 2 years is a long time to prepare for an exam, so everything was not really decided. So they always worried about me. So after I passed the exam and achieved what I had prepared for, I think the fact makes my parents believe that I'm living the life that they want, because I 잠깐. They wanted me to live a life that I decided to want to do, and I decided to prepare for the exam, and I ended up passing the exam. So that makes me life that the parents want me to live.
Let's see. Good answer.
Minus one. No spirit
아 진짜?
at all.
So your parents want you to live what you want to?
하고 싶은 거
True.
해고 잘 돼서
영어 하세요.
다행이다.
They are
고맙다.
glad.
잘했다.
고맙다. 아들아.
Are you yes?
Kind of. I said I wrote down yes, but I like this. So let me tell you why. Actually, I kind of live up to my parents' expectation, like overall, like such as going to university or getting a job, like just normal life, right? So far. This I think that's because I have my 3 years old sister, and she had a really frequent conflict with my parents when she was in school. Like she didn't study as much as my parents want her to do, and something like that. So they kind of suffers a lot from her. So they didn't that high expectation on me actually. So it was kind of easy for me to meet their standard or expectation. But I think so far there's not that big conflict. So I think I live the life what they want to live. But when it comes to the marriage, I think there will be some. We probably have some arguments because this day my sister prepared for wedding, and seeing what they do and how they prepared, I found that my parents, especially my mother, really cared a lot about what others think. What I think is marriage is just fiance and 신부와 신랑의 어떤 just two for
It's just a matter of you and
true.
your
It's just a
girlfriend.
matter of me and my future
It's your life.
girlfriend. Yeah, it should be
Future
future wife. Future wife.
정보.
That's what I thought, and that's what I think. But my mother, a little bit think differently. So he said to my sister that you need to take care about old people. Maybe this old Western food, so this kind of thing. This location is really far from their place. Those things. So I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna have some argument in the future about this issue. But so far it's okay. Okay, my answer done. How about you?
I confidently write yes.
Confident.
Why?
Only,
I wonder why.
In fact, I think, especially my dad, think raising child is a kind of investment. So,
It could be.
but not like you. My brother was not that near with studying or being a good student or something. So actually, they didn't have that much expectation for my brother. So that's why they have more on me. So because my dad thought he failed.
To raise the right son.
진짜 literally he said.
Literally.
진짜로.
Good expression, literally.
So he said that I should meet their expectation because he invested his life and money or some other things on me. So he expected some kind of good results out of me. And I think I kind of met the expectations because I think I went to good university and I think I found a good job and I'm earning enough money to feed myself. So my father and mother are always, can I say, boasting whenever they meet other people. from my university life. Like, oh, she is going to the university life, like that. And now, it's the same way with the, what can I say? 어딨냐? 있는데.
This
엄마가
one?
생각 안 나는
This
이거
one?
다른
Yeah.
거. So my father also think that I have to get married, like next year or something. Because he thinks I'm too old.
Already?
And all my cousins got married. So maybe I and just one cousin in my, what can I say, 친가? In my 친가 are not married. 결혼 안 한 상태를 그냥 난 marriage라고 하네.
Married.
나 왜 그랬지? Are not married. So whenever I went to 친척집, whenever I go to 친척집s, they always said that, 둘 중에 who's gonna first?
Who's gonna last one? Left over.
Kind of something.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm thinking these days.
So like me, you are probably gonna have some
So
argument, conflict.
until now, I was living the life that my parents
want you to leave.
want me to live. But from now on, I don't know.
From now, things are different.
Okay, how
Okay.
about you? 이거까지 하고 좀 쉴까?
Okay.
In some aspect, yes, I do.
Yes, no? Cool.
Really?
I am living the kind of life my parents want me to live, I think. And actually, like you guys, my parents also have a high level of expectation on me, and I think I meet 어느 정도.
Also,
and
Good expression.
but actually my parents invest a lot of money on my vacation, on my not vacation, education.
like this vacation. Not all vacation.
Education
Education.
and like the kind of tuition was a lot, so
You got some color or something?
yeah, so I have to return it, but actually compared to the money my parents put from my education is more than now I earning. The salary I earn nowadays, I'm not sure, but maybe it's more or similar to my salary, so maybe that is the no point, I mean not meet the expectation of my parents want me to because they put a lot of money only for my education. That was my answer.
Let's go further.
4. You start.
Okay. Freely express yourself as to homosexuality that comes out here and there in this book. How do you think will you react if your friend or a child is a homosexual? And let's share thoughts about events regarding homosexuality, such as queer parade. 나부터 해야 되나? 내가 뭐라고 물었지? 약간, in my case, I can't say I'm favorable toward the kind of people who are homosexual, because I can't even understand my parents, even though we are family. So even though our family can have the same ways of thinking, so it's nearly impossible for me to understand them entirely. But I think it's significant that I try to admit their lives or thinking, because it's not a matter of their fault or error, but of difference from us. So, 너무 어렵다. And I think they don't have. I don't think they have their choices about their 성향 of gender or liking other people. So we have to respect their 성향, tendency about in that aspect. 네, 솔직히, to be frank, I don't know. I can admit it if my child is a homosexual, because as my parents wanted me to live an ordinary life, I also want my child to live that kind of life. But actually, it's not the error or mistake, but it's different from major people. So I want my child to be in major group, even though it can sound selfish. 여기까지만 할게요.
What about the event?
네, 왜냐면 the reason why I wrote the event is one of my 과 후배 always, how can I say, upload kind of queer parade picture
yeah.
on Instagram. And actually, I don't really feel good seeing the pictures.
You don't?
그러니까 어쩔 수 없는 그게 있어. 그러니까 emotionally, I can feel good about it, but I'm just trying to look it in a bad way.
Bad way?
그러니까 나쁘게 보지 않으려고 노력은 하는데 어쩔 수 없이 그냥 딱 보면 뭔가 좀
You feel
약간 이렇게
uncomfortable.
되더라고.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
그래서 나는 그런데 I feel that kind of way, and I just wonder what others think about the parade or. 너 어떻게 생각하니? 내가 왜 이런 질문을 넣었을까?
I think I have a same like opinion, which is almost the same with the Seyoung said. But before that, all of us are not religious or something like that, right? We are not. Are you?
No.
Okay, so some kind it could be related to some religious issues. So anyway, you can bring it up.
너
뭐라 그랬어 얘가?
릴리전 얘기한 거 아니야?
뭐 종교에선 이런 걸 엄청 죄악시하고 그런.
아 종교 있냐고 물어봤어?
얘 종교 있는데?
나 종교 있는데?
아 그래?
근데 나는
근데 왜 너 왜 못 알아들었어? 막 이랬어.
근데 그 누나가 불편하지 않으면 오케이. 왜냐면 그럴 수 있으니까 그러더라고 몇몇 친구들은. Anyway, yeah, like what Hyung said, I don't have any certain opinion, like, but I don't understand the people who blame people with some different sexual preference for their, like, who blame for people with the different sexual preference, like, oh, you're LGBT so they're bad or something like that. I don't understand them. And actually, when I was in our Haiba club, there's a lot of foreigners, and I met one friend from the club, and she came Hanyang University for exchange, and I came to her university for exchange. So I actually invited to her house, and I saw her sister, and actually she was a lesbian.
The sister of your friend?
Yeah, sister of my friends, really close friends. I gotta say that first time I saw it, like his sister and his girlfriend like hugging and kissing, I felt a little uncomfortable, to be honest. I gotta say this, but
in front of you.
yeah, like when they drinking or so. But as I hung out often and went to our house to hang out together, it came to me like naturally. So now I don't have, and also you know when you were in Katusa there is some gay in our like same like
I don't know.
there's a 황종의 친구 중에 한 명 있었는데
근데 they admitted them being gay. 그러니까 자기들이 게이라고 막 했어?
I
그쪽은
heard
여성설은.
oh yeah I heard
But
some.
I don't know. I don't know whether he's gay or not.
Yeah but
But he acted
Mhm.
in a like 좀 girly way.
There is a good chance he likes you.
yeah There's a
Maybe.
good chance. So like this makes me like now I can treat them without any problem and without any difference from like them and us. So but if I like have my child with those kind of sexual preference, I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure whether I reacted differently from what the main character in here did. I think I would be acted the same way. You know, like suppose that you are in. I mean, suppose that in your house your child bring, like, for suppose he's a boy and his boyfriend for marriage as a fiance. It could be somehow like not comfortable, I think. So I will really try and struggle to understand them, but I think it takes really a lot of time to embrace them as my family member if my children have those kind of things. My answer done.
So, do you have LGBT around you except a foreigner?
No,
No.
no. Like close. I mean, the person among the person I know.
or just guessing?
No.
그냥 궁금해서. Okay. What about you, 상현?
Actually, personally, I don't really. As you say, like I'm like what I say. I have similar thinking with you. I'm trying to see them in the very objective way, not with prejudice, but I actually feel uncomfortable when I see like those gay people. 게이가 괜찮은 말이지 막.
그냥 그게 단어 아니야?
사실 나도 이거 물어보려고 했어. LGBT, 뭐 lesbian 이런 게 어떤
우리한테
그들이
물어보면
듣기에
되고?
기분 나쁜 단어가 아닌지.
그럼 뭐라고 불러요?
그래서 내가 좀 얘기한 거 뭐 sexual preference라고 얘기한 것도 뭐 성적 다른 different sexual preference. Anyway.
Because in Korea it's harder to watch people
It's hard.
like express what they feel like with same gender. But in Indonesia, there are many people, like especially men. Many Indonesians have mustache, and two old like adult men with mustache walk around holding their hand, and that scene is not really look great on me because I feel
what?
좋아서
look
어때?
no, not good.
Not good.
It makes me uncomfortable, but so I personally really don't like watching their behavior.
그러면은
So, but I'm just trying to understand them. So I try not to see them because I feel uncomfortable. But I think it's bad. It's not right whether it's not right if we tell them not to do that on the street. It's bad, but it doesn't look pleasant. So I try not to see them myself. So the parade thing, I don't really agree with holding those parade on the public places because
You don't want to see it.
yeah, and there many people have feel uncomfortable when they see those scenes. So I agree. It's natural thing, right? They cannot decide themselves whether they're gonna like love the same gender or not. It's just natural thing. So it's natural to love whatever they wanna love, but they can do that in a private places, not in the public. Like they parade on the street. I don't think that because that could be 다른 사람한테 피해가 될 수도 있으니.
You know, but just because that you feel uncomfortable to seeing that doesn't justify that they should not do it. Because
No,
they don't commit the crimes or they can just walk.
actually I
For them it's just walking. For them it's just walking. Like
no I mean
keep going.
I actually don't 막 뭐라 하지? 그러면은 let's think about a parade of like any couple. I don't really like that because even though they're straight, they love with different gender. If they show their loving behavior on the public places, I don't really want to watch it. Whether it's same sex or not, it makes me uncomfortable. So
do you guys know what they do in this parade?
I don't know.
They hold their hair and then just walking.
보여줄까?
I'm not sure.
I mean, just normal couple actually holding their hand while they're walking.
굳이 저런 뭐 할 필요는 있나?
맞아, 이상해. 막 옷 이런 거 입고 하는데 이게 퀴어 퍼레이드잖아. 그냥 이런 거 입고 그냥 약간 진짜 모델들이 행진하듯이 하는데 얘가 항상 이런 걸 막 입는다. 이걸 보려고?
그 장소를 보려.
이거 서울 시청 광장에서 막 하지 않나?
나는 좀 그랬어.
원래 무지개색이 그거잖아.
Yeah, like they just wearing those shirts and just walking. So
They just walk, not
근데
like.
내가 아까 보여준 애는 약간 그러지 않니?
yeah, but
not only this kind of parade, like dress like that. Woman, like in parade or festival, women tend to wear less than usual. So maybe that is not the special only for
Yeah.
this kind of parade. So
but it's totally up to you guys that whether you feel good or not. So yeah, I agree with that.
But I wanna know the real purpose of this kind of event.
Purpose?
They wanna
show
they want the public understand the difference, like.
I think they're like 궁극적인 이 뭡니까? Ultimate purpose of this parade is to recognize the same gender marriage in our society, isn't it? I don't know.
So,
They just wanna be, what can I say? 인정? Automated?
from the society
From society?
Yeah, and the
as
whole
a
way
just
of
normal person.
They are just saying they are not as normal.
Oh yeah.
True. And the one way, I mean, the best way of being recognized is let them marry in our society. That means that government recognize them as a just normal couple. So maybe that could be a purpose. Yeah.
But I'm not really sure that's the best way to make that purpose. 뭐라지? 약간 to achieve the purpose. I'm not really sure.
But for me, it's just like other festivals or parade. Like if I like car, then the people who like cars can do the car parades, or in some group they also can do whatever they want. So for them, they just gather together and just like enjoy their gatherings, and they can meet new gay or lesbian friends there as well. So that is just their own community, not only has like political message. They just hold that kind of event to just enjoy and feel more pleasant. I mean,
약간 소속감 같은 그런 걸 느끼는가?
so
Feel more
I
involved.
think we don't have to we don't have right to criticize on the kind and about their own event. It's my own opinion.
Was in your answer?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So natural.
Smoothly. And about my friend or child, if my friend or child is homosexual, actually I'm a person who lack of sympathy ability.
Lack?
Actually, yeah.
Lack.
So I cannot emotionally understand my friend or child's situation, but relatively I have more ability to understand or accept.
You have?
Yeah, ability to accept and understand with open mind. So maybe I'll try to understand, not emotionally, but like rationally try to understand their behavior and their thought. So first, the very beginning moment I realized about their situation, I was really shocked and maybe feeling terrible, but maybe in a few days
Years?
few days
며칠 만에? 며칠 만에? Anyway.
너무 빠른가? Maybe I'll try to understand them, but like you guys, majorly I may not. 아니야, 여기까지. 말을 못하겠어.
Next one.
Next one.
네가 해볼래?
Okay.
나 너무 지쳐 보였니?
The narrator's daughter used to be a child who easily say I'm wrong and observed her parents' thought like a sponge. You usually say that you're wrong to parents and accept their opinions. Tell us about it if you ultimately can bridge the differences over anything with your parents. Okay, first one. I don't always say I'm wrong. Absolutely not. I try not to actually. The reason is that if I just say yes to say I'm wrong to avoid the like conflict or arguments, I think the like psychological gap between me and a counterpart would like get bigger. Because I just say it without any thinking and without any attempt to understand. So you know, like if I said yes, if I said to them I'm wrong always, and I think at some point where I like stand it no more, when I stand anymore, oh I can't stand it, I can't say I'm wrong anymore. There should be that point, right? And if that point comes, I think I probably exploded, which is the worst thing that could happen. So if I have some like argument or conflict with my parents or my friends, I think I like sincerely try to persuade or understand them to like resolve some disagreement or the misunderstanding. But when I like if I realize that oh it's impossible, I think I just do what I want to do instead of like doing some other things to understand or persuade them. Because like I said, like regret to what I want to do is better than regret to do what other wants me to do.
So 네 멋대로 한다고?
Yeah, if it fails, unless it doesn't make other offended or makes others damaged, something like that. And so there haven't not that big differences with my parents, but recently I got one thing. Like actually, I saw some TV show with my mother, and this is about shacking up. Shacking up, I didn't know it. It means 동거. It means 동거, and my mother said it's never ever gonna happen. If including me, if anyone shacked up before their marriage, she said that it's bad, it's abnormal. But for me, I think it's kind of good system that enable us to get to know each other better. Because you know, like dating is totally different from living together, like having a food and cleaning, all the shit we can see, right? We can find. So I'm not saying I'm not saying I will shack up with my future like wife, but I think it's still really good system. And also, as you guys know, in other countries like US, the States, really a lot of people shacked up before they get married. And if they find out we don't have anything common, they just break up and then other things keep going on. And I told this kind of my opinion to my mother, and she still never understand. But I understand.
But she doesn't really explain why, right? She doesn't really give you the clear reason why it is bad.
I mean, he said that you don't have to do that. Like, why do you have to 굳이 shacked up 할 이유가 있느냐? And if he says so, I'm gonna do. Oh, you can do better. You can know others more than you usually do, but that's not true. Actually, you can get to know others. You can know who they are just with the dating. You don't have to do shacked up. That's what she said. So I ended up giving up.
You really meaning to persuade her to doing that?
Yeah, I kind of, like I told you before, but I failed, and I just, if I have chance to shacked up, maybe I'm willing to.
Really?
I mean, no reason to reject.
Yeah, the friend that got married today, they had been checking up together for a month.
I think what she afraid of is that the others think, the fact that others think, oh, she shacked up with other girls, but he married with other girls. Is so.
That is old-fashioned opinion.
That's what I think, but I understand the old generation too. But.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think?
I really do not say that expression. I'm wrong.
We know.
Actually, that is wrong. Sometimes you should.
Anyway, actually my parent is like kind of strict and conservative. So, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, my father is Gyeongju from Gyeongju.
Actually, her father and my father went to the same high school.
Yeah.
TK, Heart of TK.
어?
TK 뭔지 몰라요? 대구 경북을 TK라 하잖아.
맞아.
아,
그런 거 말씀 하는 거 아닙니까 지금?
맞아요.
네.
그러니까 컨ser베이티브 하는 거.
Yeah. So my parents really, I and my parents has a lot of conflict, especially when I was early 20. When I was early 20,
Uh-huh.
20s,
True. Right.
because I like drinking and hang out with my friends. Staying up all night, but unlike me, my older sister was really straight student and never standing up all night
Never ever?
in our university life.
Even once?
Maybe one, or maybe no, none.
진짜?
Just if the time she didn't coming back home, then there was a 과제 to do.
And she always
yeah.
reported about it to your mother or father.
Oh yeah. So my parents was so embarrassed about my behavior, unlike my sister. So
야, embarrassed 약간 수치스러운 거 아니야?
아까 뭐라 그랬는데 알려줬는데?
Take them back.
Take back about my
아, 맞아.
behavior.
그냥 창피할 수도 있지.
수치풀. Keep going.
그래서 질문이 뭐였냐?
The differences.
So it was really harsh time to persuade my parents. Why should I hang out with my friends all night and drinking that much for my like 인간관계? But they couldn't not understand my lifestyle.
You just gave up.
Yeah, and still now they don't understand.
Even today.
Even yesterday.
Yesterday.
Even yesterday.
She called.
Again? 희영's house.
막아라.
또 희영이네 집에.
돈재미.
Thanks to her, my life more fulfilled. Anyway, so 질문이 뭐야?
거의 다 대답했어.
그래? 그다음 next.
Sometimes you have that kind of thing. I don't think you have.
Strict.
I don't really
Diligent son.
proud. Yeah, I don't really do things because my parents are not that strict. They sometimes be strict on like coming home late to my sisters, but not to me, not really.
이거 디스크리미네이션이야.
That also
맞아.
true in my family.
나도 맨날 그래.
나도.
어쨌든 미안.
근데 Okay. That's
So, I didn't really have to say I'm wrong. Since when I was really young, like when I really made bad things, like when we have the 이거 재능 이런 거 있잖아. 재능 교육.
학습지.
학습지. I had to do like 3 pages a day, but I always put off, and I had to do a lot of stuff at one day. So I had to watch the answer sheet, and that time I said I was wrong. I'm wrong, and I
언제적.
but since then I've never done such things that I have to say I'm wrong.
아.
But one thing my parents doesn't understand me is that like
기대.
응? 아니 좀 바보같이 살지 마라 좀
Too calm.
양보하지 마라.
호갱? 호구? Like
Like for example, when we take a bus, we stand in the line, right? But some people cut the line in front of me. I just let them go inside, but
What?
like it's just one example. But I don't really.
진짜 이해 못한다.
왜?
저기요.
나 저기요 줄 선 건데 이런데 나는. Anyway, sorry.
It's not really this it doesn't really
It's not a
harm.
big deal.
Yeah, it's not a big deal for me. But to my parents, it looks like he's behaving like dumb.
Dumbass.
Yeah, 뭐 손해 보고 산다 이런 거. But I don't really care about that. So that's what I don't wanna do. I just don't wanna deal with those kind of person and make conflict with them. I just let them.
You just avoid, right?
상대하고 싶지 않다.
Cause 뭐 그 큰 피해 아니니까. So I think that's the bridge that cannot the difference cannot bridge between my parents and me.
That's the.
But I don't say I'm wrong about that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
For me, I of course have the same problem as him. And my parents also gave up about the matter because they couldn't fix my way of thinking. And actually, I haven't had that kind of conflict that many times because I live by myself.
Yeah. That's the thing.
But when I have some conflict with my parents, is I'm a kind of person who has maximalism, so I don't really desert things.
You what?
I have a maximalism. 그래서
뭐야?
미니멀리즘을 받을
처음 들어보긴 하는데.
아니 내가 만든 거야.
So you don't what?
있지 않을까? 그러니까 I don't really desert things. 안 버린다고.
아.
그래서 in my Ulsan house, there are a lot of doors or books, many things of me. And actually, my mother really don't understand that kind of thing. So I have some, what can I say, conflict a few times because of it, because my mother deserts my things without saying. I also really don't understand that my parents think it's natural that I have to get married and have a child. Actually, until now, I don't really have a child because I have to 감수해야 된다, too many things. like for the pregnant period, I cannot have coffee, I cannot have alcohol, or I shouldn't go around here and there that much. That all the things like that are what I like. So actually I don't wanna give up that kind of liking things because of having a child. And after having a baby, my body will be really different from now. So even now I don't have a baby, and I'm just feel different from my different about my body, just aging. After having a baby, what will happen? I'm really afraid about it. So I always say that I don't want to have a baby, but every time I say something like that, my parents, especially my father, think it's selfish. Because you know only yourself, you don't want to have a baby, something like that. So actually I really wonder for whom do I have to have a baby? 그러니까 뭐 is it a service? 아니잖아. 그래서 I really understand that, and I don't think I can change the way of thinking of my father.
I think like all our parents think that when I think they're gonna like finally be relieved and happy.
After seeing.
After seeing the baby, because 드디어 다 컸구나 like that. So they want us to be on that kind of stage where we have a family, baby, and houses, wife, husband.
And they just want to see their grandchild. They're gonna really eager to have a grandchild.
종족 번식. 오케이. 대답 안 한 사람.
넌 다 했습니다.
오케이. 6번까지 하면 끝날 것 같은데.
7번 있어.
아,
7번 얘기하자.
7번 열심히 썼는데.
아 그래? 오케이.
추가하지 뭐.
Sorry for it. Jen is a person who has devoted her life only to others and society. But now all she has is bad zores, which means 욕창, and past glories. What do you think about this selfless devotion? Are you a person who usually practice service and devotion?
No.
Okay, you go first.
As for the Jen, I think she is a type of a person who really feels satisfied by helping others and devoting herself. And I think those devotion is just one of her goal to live. So that's why she regards her certificate and the trophy as a treasure.
Yeah.
So actually I respect her way of life, but I'm not sure that's only because she really wants to do like only, I mean not only for the people who get a benefit, but it's also for herself as well. So
Yeah.
I respect her, but 그렇고요. 그리고 and I am not that kind of person actually. I do volunteering service nowadays and the past as well, but I really
You didn't intend
정말
to help people.
intend to think about their situation and really eager to help them sincerely. If someone asks like that, then I will answer I'm not sure. So 됐지.
Yeah.
For you.
잘 모르겠다.
성형?
I wonder your answer.
Yeah. Actually, I'm a little bit two-sided. I like helping out people, but without my great effort. I mean, it's good thing helping out people, but I don't really want to put great effort on it.
Yeah.
So, for example, like on the street, there are many people handing out the advertisement paper to people, right?
Uh-huh.
I always have those papers because it's not a great effort to me.
Mhm.
But actually, I can help them releasing the papers, so they get paid for it. So I feel great, not great, but feel pleasant, feel good if I get things from them. So those kind of things I wanna do. And also at work, many people in my division ask me things like 이거 어떻게 해야 돼요? They can find out if they find the 업무 공지나 뭐 if they call to some division that's related to those work, but they ask me, and if I can let them know easily, I just do it for them, or let them know. I can always tell them how to do that, because it's not a big deal, big effort to me.
Sure.
But the thing is that I not really donate. I don't really do donations. I don't know why. I feel sometimes I'm a little bit ashamed of not having the donations if I watch the poor people on the television or something. I sometimes ask myself, why not donate? But I really don't want to do it because maybe,
It costs money, right?
yeah, and also maybe I doubt deep in my mind that my money is gonna go somewhere else or something like that. So I cannot say I'm a devoted person, but I like helping people, like in small things. Yeah. That's
You?
it.
Yeah, like almost same with Sunghyun's. I always try to help others to the extent that I expect any viewers. But I found myself that when I like help them out too much, like when I put a lot of efforts and times and trouble on helping out, I find myself that I expecting some viewers from them. Because I'll help you, and why are you gonna help me? Because I helped you, like this kind of thing. So I always try to help them to the extent that I don't get any viewers.
Oh.
Like, you know, this day I bought this phone, this smartphone, and one of my senior also bought it, and she asked me like, is there any good tips and the way of using methods? So I spent like 30 minutes in the coffee shop to tell him that all these things, and you know, it's not a big deal. Just 30 minutes, it's okay. I can overwork like that. But if someone asks me to do some job, which is what she is supposed to do, that is the thing when I reject to do, because I don't wanna like feel that way that I waiting for something from him like that. Yeah, that's it.
지야?
Yeah. How about you?
I don't think I'm dedicating person. Yeah, I don't know. I'm enjoying devotion or volunteering, but at least much of my university life was dedicated to those kind of things. I think it's not what can I say, joyful things, but it's about self-realization. So maybe I can feel that I did some valuable thing after doing volunteering or helping others. Of course, like Sungyeon said, I'm not a person who donate, devote my money to others. 아직 그 경지까지 못 갔는데, and I don't know I will. Eventually, but I think even though I don't enjoy it, but it's valuable itself, because thanks to my effort or your efforts, maybe 피봉사자가 영어로 있나?
있어. 미안해.
피봉사자s can feel some kind of joy or other good feelings, and because of the volunteering, the 피봉사자 and I both can feel the good feelings and have some good experience through it. I think it can be a good thing. 설명을 못하겠다. That's it.
It makes sense. Last one, right?
7번. 많이 더운데?
네, 뭐 비슷합니다.
Let's have
You're
a
gonna
small
start.
discussion about book itself. Connie?
I'm gonna do it quickly.
그래.
The thing is really good and beneficial to me. It was because I think the main character is kind of reminds me of my mother. In the books, the main characters like devoted her life, like whole total life, to her daughter, like raising her up, like in terms of monies and times and everything. Although her daughter is like old enough to stand on her feet, like be financially independent. I mean, she is old enough to do that, but the main character still supported her, right? By letting her stay in her house with her girlfriend, and doing those things. The main character demands something, like she want her daughter to like grow like others and make a happy family and give a birth. But in that, those kind of things can make the main character happy, right? That's because she devoted her life. So I think he has a right to say so. And also my mother these days kind of wanna get benefit from me and my sister, because like whenever I have holidays and my sister have holiday, she like asks us to go on trips or like go on some good cafeteria on beach, something like that. And at that time I really wondered why she had a time with like my father, because we all grow up, so she didn't have to care about us, so it's all good for her. So she did her job done. So enjoy your life is what I thought. But I try to put myself in my mother's side, and she could think like that. So I grow up all my children, so I devoted all my life. So what if it's kind of time to get beneficial from my children? So I kind of like become to understand those kind of stance what she had. So like, yeah. So they like the main character and my
이거
mother.
아니지?
main characters and my mother wanna get benefit from their children as much as they devoted and sacrifice, and I'm gonna try to meet that like demands and needs. Okay, 다 했다. 완벽해. You had a lot of things to do. You said.
Not a lot, but I just want to ask you guys about the conclusion of the book, because the book ends with the time when Jen's dead, and in the funeral they're talking and eating some food together, and suddenly the story finished. And why do you think so? Why
The conclusion.
the
is
conclusion
like
is like that? You guys has your own opinion about it?
Yes, because that's related to my my thinking about this book. I really like this book because this book was really realistic. It's,
처음으로 모두 만족했어.
so in that way of ending up, this book remains even more realistic. It's
true.
If it ends like all the conflicts are released, and if it ends like this, I don't think it's gonna. I wouldn't like this book this much. But so
아니야.
So the
우주에서
con-
그렇게 쓸거나 생각하고 있어.
나도 약간 얘한테 이 정도야 이렇게 하려고 했는데.
so the conflict didn't really end, but it we could see slightly the situation is getting better. We can expect that maybe in the future the conflict's gonna be the situation gonna be better off.
Yeah. 딸에대하여, right? So the story should goes in the main character worrying about her daughters and like that. But I kept wondering the Jan stories popped up, right? In the books. So why? I mean, I understand. Or maybe it can show how the main character had a hard time living their life in workplace. But caring for Jan is hard work, right? Right. So why that part is that important? That's what I thought.
I thought showing the Jen, how can I say, the 가증시키다. The book is 가증시키다 the narrator's worry, because Jen has been alone before she died. So maybe the narrator was afraid for herself to be like Jen, and for her daughter to be like Jen. 그래서 it could show her or her daughter's future.
So the narrator thought that her girlfriend could not play as a role as a normal husband
Because they cannot get married.
and make a child like that.
Cannot really get connected like legally. So that the mother thinks that connection is really weak. It's gonna last forever.
맞아.
How about you?
책에 대한 생각?
You are the only one left.
오케이. 근데 나 여기서 쓰려고 했는데 it was the first time in a long time did I read a book all over again. So it was good for me to chew over the reason why I enjoyed the book and I enjoyed novels, because especially Connie don't like reading novels, so actually it was hard for us to read the novels and talk about it
Yeah.
in this study. Maybe it was the first time, right?
Second.
Yes. 노벨?
아,
조서.
아 조서.
I didn't think it was common novel. So sorry about it. And anyway, actually, I like the writing style. 문체 of her. 그러니까 how can I say? 그러니까 미안해 한국어로 쓸게.
네.
그러니까 막 내 말을 막 스펀지처럼 빨아들이던 애가 막 변해서 막 이제는 나를 거부하려고 들고 막 like the phrase. There were a lot of phrases that how can I say? Stimulated me. 그러니까 되게 좋다 막 이렇게 생각했던
yeah.
구절들이 많아서 좋았고.
For me, the expression describe how the narrator see the scenery, like 뭐 이렇게 거리가 부풀어 올랐다가
맞아.
다시 부풀어 올랐다 이거 이 표현력 약간 이런 거.
맞아. Yeah, I also had a chance to think about my mother.
Yeah. Me too.
Because
Yeah.
like the question one, she thought about losing things that she liked, and I just thought of my mother, and I realized that I don't really know what my mother like. I don't, maybe 뭐 된장찌개 or something.
Oh, that's not true.
그래서 I don't really know her life before me. So I just thought about that kind of things because I don't know what she liked when she was at my age or something.
Yeah.
I think this book is good to read in our age. I
Yeah.
think.
딱 우리가 그 딸 정도 되는 나이니까. 네, 좋았어.
다음 사람 누구죠?
정성현 아니야?
뭐야? 그 다음에 누구야?
그럼 너.
그럼 나야?
띵띵띵띵.
책을 생각해봤는데
오.
그렇게 생각해와야지.
아 이번에 하나 책을 샀어. 나 알라딘 난 지나가다가 일이 일찍 끝나고 갑자기
뭔가 내
하는데
불안한데?
내 스타일.
근데 재밌을 것 같아.
그겁니까?
나도 그냥 대충밖에 안 읽어봤거든.
장르가 뭔데?
약간
심리네.
심리 실험.
오 심리.
이 사람이 그거거든. 스키너가
베스트셀러네.
이 사람이 무슨 뭐한 사람이더라. 학자인데
심리학자 같은데.
심리학자라기보다 그거 있잖아. 파블로프의
재밌겠다.
개 실험.
헐.
약간 그 실험에서 발전된 어떤 보상 이런 거 어떤 걸 하면 상대방이 만약 동물이건 뭐건 이렇게 반응을 할 거 아니야. 약간 그런 실험한 사람이거든.
이거 목차 봐봐요. 목차가 아주 심리상이
저 어딨지?
왜 인간은 권력 앞에 복종하는가.
와,
이걸로
이거
하죠.
너무 할 얘기 많겠다.
아씨 여기는 없어.
이거 아니면
인지부조화 이론 이런 거 재밌겠다.
너네 그거 봤어 책?
뭐야, 또 있어?
넛지 봤어 넛지?
어?
아 넛지?
들어본 적은 있어.
넛지?
나도 안
읽진
읽어봤거든.
않았어.
나도 안 읽어봤는데 이번에
네 많이 들었지.
넛지 작가가 또 썼나 봐 책을. 약간 행동경제학 쪽 책인데
비슷하네 이거랑.
똑똑한 사람들의 멍청한 선택.
그것도 재밌겠다.
고르기 힘들군. 도서관 찾는 거.
얘 이거 샀는데 이거 하자.
이거? 아니 나 그냥 읽으려고 샀어. 싸가지고.
안 싼데.
알라딘 엄청 많더라. 막 쌓여있어. 다 팔고 갔나 봐 사람들이.
너가 골라줘.
난 두 개 다 좋아요.
나도.
이거 하자.
이거 하지.
그래?
그 앞에 있는 거
아
하자.
빌려줄래?
응.
다음 달 스터디 책은
아니 저기요.
스키너의 심리상자 열기. 이 책을 하기로 했어요.
설레절.
오케이. 재밌을 것 같아요. 얼마예요 알라딘에서?
그래서 오늘의 스터디가 어땠는지 한번 우리 스터디원들의 얘기를 들어보겠습니다.
안녕하세요. 오랜만에 듣기네요. 오늘의 스터디
영어로.
Oh, sorry. It was sorry for that I didn't prepare for today's study that much because I stayed up all night yesterday drinking. So actually,
아니 비밀 아니었냐고.
I slept about 4 hours
4 hours.
today morning, so I feel really exhausted. But even though I didn't prepare that much and I feel exhausted, thanks to study members, I could have a valuable study. It was a good time.
오케이.
뭐야 이게?
휴지 있어요.
이거 아니야?
맞아. 이거
약간
그냥
쎄한데?
내가 물 닦은 거야.
뭐야?
내가 물 닦은 거야.
하세요.
Okay. I think this time I prepared the hardest among the study I ever done. So I'm so happy that I was able to use all this thing I prepared, all the expressions and all the sentence like that. And yeah, also the book was really good. It's really like plays a role that makes me think about my mothers. Yeah, I'm totally satisfied with it. Thank you.
I'm glad.
So this it was really it's been really a long time that I read the novel, and thanks to this study I had a chance to read the novel, and the novel was really good. It was really realistic novel. The expression was great. So I strongly recommend you to read. So
YouTuber.
Subscribers.
subscribers.
Only 60.
Only 60,
Only
60
60.
subscribers
How many? 60?
to,
Yeah.
Nine.
Yeah.
to read this book. 딸에대하여 추천합니다.
Thank you for watching.
뭐야 너 왜 안 해?
나 하고 있는데? Okay, today's study I really satisfied because actually I'm not a person who like reading novels, but thanks to Hyung's choice, I had a great time reading this interesting book, 딸에대하여, and I could think about my mother's past and also my daughter in the future I will have, and there was a lot things to debate in today, and it was interesting to listen opinions of you guys.
뭐 먹지?
말 정해야죠.
Okay. See you next study.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.